Hey, it's Marklin here with your video thought for the day. All right, do you ever feel like life's a situation where you're just going through the motions? You're the rat on a treadmill, where life doesn't seem to have any meaning or purpose. Or maybe you're at a crossroads and you're uncertain which way to go. Don't be overwhelmed. Why? Because God has a plan for you. You know, one of my favorite verses of scripture is Jeremiah 29:11, where God says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." Now that verse was written to Israel at a time where Israel was stripped of their land, stripped of their homes, stripped of the heritage they'd had for centuries, stripped of their temple and the temple worship. They were in a foreign land in a really tough situation. It was a time of discouragement and even desolation. And yet here, in the midst of being far from home, being discouraged, being no doubt questioning about everything, God gives them this word. And it's got three simple truths. And those truths still apply to us today. Truth number one, God said, "I know the plans I have for you." Think about that for a moment. God doesn't say, "I hope I have a plan," or "I might get a plan," or "maybe at some point a plan will come to me." No, God is not surprised by the situation where you are right now. And right now, God has a plan for you. Point two, this plan is to prosper and protect you. Think about it. God doesn't plan to harm you. Now, does that mean there aren't challenges in life? Oh, there are. Does that mean that there aren't moments where we feel like our entire world's been stripped away? Most certainly there are. Does that mean we don't go through times of great tribulation and trouble? Absolutely we do. But it means that everything that comes to us and everything that occurs to us goes first through the filter of God's love and concern for us. And that brings me to the third promise that's here. And it's God's promise that we have a hope and a future. There is not uncertainty about you and me where God is concerned. He's got plans for us that surpass our imaginations. So if you're at that point of discouragement or bewilderment, I've got a task for you. Consider sitting down for a moment. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, but quietly think through and write down the situation you're in. Write down your uncertainty. And then underneath it, draw a line. Like we learned in school when we were adding 2 + 2, draw a line to get the result. Draw a line and write this: God has plans for me. Underline, for me. And then ask God to reveal your next step. Ask God to make known to you that next step you need to take. It may not be the way out of all your uncertainty. That's okay. You don't need to know the whole staircase to take the first step. You just need to know where that first stair is. So take that first stair as God reveals it to you. And then you can start all over again. This is replayable. That's why I made it your video thought for today.